Welcome to Wide Awoke with Wally Wonder. I'm your host, Wally Wonder. Um, okay, this is gonna be my last video today. But anyway, this one's gonna be about religion. Basically, what I feel about religion, and what I know about religion. Um, Okay, what I know for a fact that religion is very popular worldwide. You know, people have a lot of religion. We're in America right now, so we're gonna start with the American religion, which is Christianity. Now, first of all, I do not condone any Christian bashing, or making fun of people because they're Christians. People get away with that. I had the other video about the Duck Dynasty guy, that lost his job because he stood up for his Christian beliefs. I love Family Guy, but people say Fox News is a conservative, and they shove their religion down our throats on Fox News. But I'm not sure. But if the same Fox that owns Fox News owns the Fox Network affiliate that I pick up here in my local area, they show Family Guy. That show just openly mocks Christianity like never before. So it's really people can say that this and that about Christians, but they get made fun of all the time. And nobody says anything about it. You know, there's just their beliefs. Yes, there's a lot of hypocritical people in the church. There's a lot of people that don't know what the heck they're talking about. But there's also a lot of really kind, loving people who just want to help people and just want people to feel better as well. So, I mean, it was really not cool to mock them before their religion. And the reason why I say them, I actually believe in the Bible, but I don't believe in a lot of things that are promoted with Christianity. And when I say I believe in the Bible, I'm not saying, basically, it says above all else is love. I believe in love. I believe in a personal relationship with your Creator. That's what I pick up out of the Bible. I read it through and through. If you want to tell me something different, we can debate this. But I've read the book. I know what's in there. And I think it comes down to two things. Love, personal accountability, and a personal relationship with your Creator. And that's what I believe it's about. Anyway, a lot of things I do not like about the Christian religion is the paganism. Okay, the sign of the cross basically is a pagan symbol. Everybody knows that. If you don't know that, then you should learn that. Before there was Christianity, there was a sign of the cross. Also, the worship of the sun. Now, in the Bible, it does talk about Jesus dying and rising, the Son of God rising. Now, that whole rising sun thing is totally based off nature. Now, rewind yourself. Okay, so we're gonna rewind yourself thousands and thousands of years ago, and people didn't really have internet or technology or books or language even for a while, but people knew one thing, that when the sun was up, they could see because it was brighter. So the world was a less scary place, because especially if you're out in nature or whatever, you ain't gonna catch me in these mountains in the dark, because I need to see like an animal coming. Even though the bears are sleeping right now and stuff like that, man, there's moose out here, and you can laugh all day, but moose will freaking tear a human being's ass up. And so I ain't gonna be walking around and come across some moose and get all trampled up. And sometimes bears don't get enough sleep and they wake up hungry. I don't bump into a bear at night, or I can just freaking freeze to death because it's dark and it's cold. And if something happened to me being far away from people at night in the cold, I have a better chance of freezing. So I know damn well that I'm safer when the sun is shining on me, like it is right now. I know I'm warmer, I'm safer, and I can actually see what's going on. So people knew that, and so people, they begin to worship the sun, because to them the sun was God. And they believed that the earth was flat. They didn't know that the world revolved around the sun. They thought the sun would be on the top of the earth, which was, the flat plane. And then kind of imagine if the earth's flat like a piece of paper, then when the sun goes under it, where my thumb is, if you can see it, when the sun goes under it, so now it's in the underworld. And so they believed that night the sun would travel into the old underworld, and then that's when the darkness, and that's when it got scary, and that's where things got worse for people. And so they would worship the sun, and they would track his movements, and they wanted the sun to stay, and they knew when the sun was at its best. That's where you get the whole entire, to me, the whole doctrine of the rising sun. The sun dies and it goes into the underworld, and then it rises again. And then it's also a symbol for life. It's just like right now we just went through Christmas. People say it's about Jesus. He's the reason for the season. Keep Christ out in Christmas and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, like, to somebody who's a Bible-believing Christian, truly, you would not celebrate Christmas because there's a lot of verses about not worshiping like the pagans do. It even says something about don't be like the people who dress up their trees and worship the tree. And people do that on Christmas. Most of the traditions from Christmas are based off different religions. You got the Yule log where they, you know, for the god Yule. You got, you know, the tree for the tree worshipers. You got, you know, Santa, Saint Nicholas, you know, there's, you know, people worshipped him as well, you know what I'm saying? There's so many different other traditions that are thrown into this holiday. It's just a smorgasbord of different types of worship, and then people say that they're doing this in the name of Jesus, God's Son. So that means, to me, worshiping the Son is basically just worshiping the actual Son, what I'm looking at right now. Where there was a Roman Empire, he conquered, he had a victory. A Roman emperor, he had a victory. He said that his victory was given to him because of the Christian God, and now he's going to make the Christian God the God of all of the Roman Empire. And people were like, "Fuck that! I worship the tree." And he's like, "Hey, don't worry, man. You can bring the tree in, but just do it on December 25th, because that's our time of lawlessness. That's when we get crazy. Because people with the winter solstice, because literally the sun." It gets to its lowest point in the sky. So people knew around the winter solstice, we have less sun than ever. This sucks because we need our sun. It's cold. Our food ain't growing. It's cold. We need the sun. So then they would notice, you know, after the winter solstice, after the 21st, the sun will start going back up. And so that's why we celebrate the birth of the sun around December 25th. That's why we do that. So, I mean, like I said, I don't want to mock anybody with religion. I am not trying to dog anybody's religion. I believe in a creator, but I also believe in not being told how to worship my creator. And I'm sorry, but anyway. So and yeah, and really, if there's any Christians out there watching this, I challenge you to. I challenge you to research your religion. Don't listen to preacher man. Sometimes there's some good preachers out there. Sometimes there's a bad one. Back in the day, my grandma used to always say, "You should be a preacher," because I used to study religion like crazy. And I always told her, "It's like, I don't want to be no preacher because I don't think I would be good. You give me power, I'm going to be corrupted. I'm going to lean things toward my way. I'm going to say, hey, God said give my church some money and stuff like that." I'm just saying I would, so I don't do it. I'm not taking that risk. I'm not playing with my creator, whoever he may be. I'm not playing with people's spirituality. I'm not playing with people's emotions like that. That's what I would do. So I would think it'd be so easy for somebody else to do it. I can't say somebody else would do it just because I would, but I'm saying look into that shit. Don't always just listen to some damn preacher who learned from another preacher. Study your religion. See where it came from. Study those symbols. They're all pagan. Don't have that crazy picture of the creepy guy on the cross. That ain't God. And one of the commandments in the Bible says you don't create any graven image and worship it. People, you know, so pay attention to those type of things. Really, if you are Christian, pay attention to those type of things. Like God said, above all else is love. But another commandment is, thou shalt not worship any other gods before me. And you're supposed to worship the Creator, not the created. So if you're worshiping God, make sure you're worshiping God and not the actual sun that I'm looking at right now. Don't get me wrong. Thank God for the sun. But don't worship the sun. Worship the Creator. All right, this is Wally Wonder. I'm out.